and sharing it with a friend, I was saying, this is when people quit. Because I literally one day honestly sat down and I had to make a decision that I'm not quitting. So to stay in my business was a decision because
it's easier to quit.
Yes, but
it's
also now, exactly, but now the feelings, it's not the feelings that drive you, it's the need to be. So I think also like we don't talk about the mental capacity that takes.
It takes. Yeah.
You know, I've got to change systems. Like, what does the next look like for me? So I found myself a lot of in the next, but that's also tiring because you're making decisions, because you're thinking, because you're not working on a high, but rather now I'm in you made the decision, implement. Because for me, I'm like, quitting is not an option. That's not going to happen.
Come on.
But now I'm doing the hard yards. I'm doing what does this going the long run look like? What does it working? Because a lot of life coaching, like they'll tell you that a lot of it at the moment, because it's small, it's me. So if it's an event, I do it. If it's if I'm speaking, I do it, which I love. But then now it's how do I also put systems in so that I can still soft money. I can still make money while I'm not physically there. So I think it's all of that and trying to figure those things out. And I think I've found myself in what is the hardest part of it and the difficult,
and it's probably,
the messy middle.
It's probably tough, but I think it's probably a very good season because I think it's going to teach you quite a lot. What do you think for you would be the biggest temptation to quit?
The biggest? Honestly, I don't. The beauty in making decisions, I think it's that. So I'll just take us back. Like also, I think the mindset. So I speak a lot on mindset. And why mindset is so important and why you've got to get into something with the right mindset. So even when I see clients, we speak about like mindset, what are your limiting beliefs? Like what happened in the past that you don't believe this? What happened that you're doubting this? So I'm also very big on doing what I teach. So I will never, for me, Yoyisa is me. So then I've had to do a lot of my mindset personally because
a lot of work,
you know, because also sharing because sharing my story with you now, I've had to work hard to not base my business on what people think because that's the natural Lele. You know? So a lot
that needs affirmation.
Yes,
see, I'm
it's
listening.
You are listening. Thank you, Lux. High five.
I'm trying.
So I know for me that would probably be the biggest temptation to quit if I would not do the hard work. Because when I'm not working on myself, when I'm not being intentional about my journey, I go back to that. And sometimes I do even now, and I've got to like call myself back, like, gal, where are you going?
What's popping?
Yes, you know? So I think that would be the temptation, but because I've also been intentional about my mindset, I know that quitting is not an option. So even when I'm in this tough growth season, I'm like, mind, it's temporary. You're doing the hard work now so that in a year's time, when it's 3 years, you like, yes, you put in the work. But I think even for me and even other people, it's just the mindset. What is your mindset? What do you believe about what you're trying to do?
Come on. I mean, I think as I wouldn't, as somebody who started a business with this and our music stuff, it's been a very interesting sort of journey, and wanting to quit, wanting to not quit. You pray, then you're like, man, Jesus, and then you're like, just kind of, it's like it's a bit up and down. But I've actually found that entertaining the idea to quit is not a bad thing. And the reason why entertaining the idea to quit is not a bad thing, because sometimes in that confusion, there could be something that potentially God could be opening up you to, right? But also sometimes it's like, you shouldn't quit. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't quit. You should actually stick with that discomfort, with that hurt, with that sort of kind of, as you call it, like that messy middle. Like stick with it, because that's going to like give you the ability to create the systems and the structures that you're wanting in the long run. And maybe that discomfort is actually like, incredibly, incredibly helpful.